Alright, hello and welcome back to the Moral Limits. We just tried starting a podcast with pretty bad.
Someone fucked up.
No. I would say it was more along the lines of a Jeb Bush rally. Real low energy, real patting the moose on its head.
Yeah.
Now, I won't blame that on Alex. Of course it was his fault, but at least he's here. Unlike Jesus, who was probably, just smarter not to see this one. Probably wait till, Alex, what was your thoughts on, Wreck-It Ralph 2?
Kind of gay.
Articulate your thoughts, Alex. Articulate your thoughts.
It's your fucking typical cookie cutter shit. Your plot, that's the same thing you've seen fucking a million times.
You see, at least with normal cookie cutter plots, at least there's a villain or some sort of antagonist to this movie.
It was kind of an antagonist.
There was no antagonist to this movie. What happened with this movie, it was Ralph just makes joke after joke after joke after going from location to location, and then all of a sudden when we get to the third act, we're like, oh shit, we don't have a villain, let me just get a virus.
It was a virus that took his insecurities and turned it into the antagonist.
Yeah, but it'd be great?
What?
If Ralph was the villain of the movie.
Well, he kind of was. It was his insecurities.
Yeah, at the end of the movie.
Isn't that not part of him?
At the end of the movie. We did not get an antagonist till the end of the movie. Like,
he was always there. Those insecurities were there pretty much from the beginning.
Okay.
You spent 6 years with this kid.
Did you ever see Mulan 2?
Unfortunately.
Not a great movie. But You know what Mushu does the entire movie? Sabotage. There's an active, antagonist.
It's not a villain, but it's still an
antagonist.
Yeah.
Something that gives conflict to the plot. Ironically, there's this part in the movie where Wonder Woman says that if, you just give someone something and there's no fight for it, it's not going to be that rewarding. And that's kind of how this movie felt. They need a steering wheel, they need money, and then they just get money by making videos.
Yeah.
Really dated, referenced videos about the internet.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't work that way. And it also gets in that whole sequel movie of, well, what if they could do this? What if they can go to this place?
Yeah.
They build this whole world where all the arcade cabinets they can walk in between them, but what if they can go through the internet?
And there's really what really ties a movie together is in Lion King, there's always Scar looming. You know what I mean? In Aladdin, there's Jafar. Typically in a Disney movie, you have someone, even fucking Wreck-It Ralph 1 had King Candy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who was there in this movie? Syphilis? Ebola? What was the villain?
I don't... Random Italian dark web guy.
Yes.
With the virus.
Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Best Spider-Man villain? Not best Disney villain.
Yeah.
And what's really disappointing about their attempt at a villain in this movie was it really only came at the third act when they get to the end of their road trip and they're like, oh shit, we need some sort of conflict for the last 30 minutes.
Yeah.
This movie was just very disappointing. I mean, what was your thoughts on the first Wreck-It Ralph?
I liked it mainly because of, the kind of world it built. And just like I said before, the whole, second movie coming around of what if it's taking that world that's already been built and kind of doing the same thing. You
know what, actually, I have seen that pattern a lot in? TV show movies.
Yeah.
TV show movies never want to stay in the place that the show is set in. Simpsons movie. You like The Simpsons? Well, they're on the run. They're across America. Fucking Rugrats, they're in Paris. You know what I mean?
Or The Jungle.
Or The Jungle. Or what was the first movie?
I think that was the one where they got
little
lost.
brother. And Bruce Willis. No.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but Ralph seemed more annoying in this movie.
A lot more kiddish.
Yeah, a lot more annoying.
Yeah, it especially just the general tone that he had. A lot of it was, especially, even Vanellope pointed out, that he doesn't seem the most adult type.
Yeah, Vanellope was, she was a child in the first one, and in this one, she seemed more of the adult.
Yeah.
She was kind of, sick of Ralph's shit, which is understandable, and I really would have liked to, if they were going to take him the clingy, destructive friend type, Like, go that route. Have him be to sabotage her efforts. But the problem is he fucking helps her at every point of the movie up until that third act.
Dude still lives in a fucking pile of bricks.
Yeah. Also, here's another thing. So, I thought at the end of the first movie, when they took down King Candy and put her back in the game, that she was no longer a glitch. She was a part of the game. But I guess that's what everyone remembers from the first movie, so she's still a glitch.
But now, it's just whenever she's emotional.
Yeah, and that's what pissed me off. If you're gonna have a character who can literally turn into God mode and just phase through walls, like, actually explore that, you know what I mean?
Which apparently wasn't enough anyways.
Yeah, I mean, if you need money and you can go into God mode, why don't you just steal it?
Yeah, just glitch out the bank.
Yeah, glitch out the bank. Like, but a lot of this movie is built on just conveniences, or this is what a website does, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, in 24 hours, eBay will then have your auction go to someone else, which, here's another plot hole in this movie. If 24 hours, your offer for $27,001 expires, why would you not just wait 24 hours, have it go back on auction, now that you know what money is, bid the correct amount, and have to get way less money? And then in 24 hours, you'd only need to find, what, 300?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they also barely knew anything about the internet. This is kind of from our own personal experience.
No, I'm just going by what they found out in that moment when they explained what money was. They explained their time frame.
I don't think they explained that it would go back up to auction. I think they.
Where did they think it would go?
I don't know. The person just told them that they would lose the auction. They would lose the item.
I would also say the most disappointing part for me was a comedic moment, but really landed for me, was when they adopted the kids. Yeah. And they were destroying the house. That was fucking hilarious, right?
Basically feral.
Yeah. Don't you wish you saw more of that?
Yeah.
Or any middle portion of them parenting them?
Yeah, especially at the fucking end where they're like talking about how they actually got them to behave.
Yeah.
And they're like, they just fucking buzz it over with the fucking race cars and shit.
I almost wish, if they didn't have the balls to make Ralph the villain who sabotaged Vanellope to get what she wanted, then go a different route. Just have the movie be about Fix-It Felix and his wife parenting the kids, and you could cut back to the B-plot of Ralph and Vanellope. If you don't want them to have a story that's worthwhile, at least cut back to something with an actual conflict. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was kind of more or less just Ralph annoying the shit out of Vanellope and her having to put up with it for an hour and 50 minutes?
Something like that.
Yeah. And Disney really showcased their misunderstanding of the internet and meme culture at large.
Yeah, you thought, saying that the internet was just a bunch of cat memes was an old joke.
Yeah.
This is 2018.
I guarantee if they had the rights to use it, they would have put the Minions in this movie. Because that's pretty much all they understand as far as memes go. Cat videos.
And memes aren't they're not most of them aren't copyrighted anyways, so there's no stopping them, really.
Oh, none at all.
They could have easily.
But the only memes they know are the copyrighted ones. They know,
I'm sure they know them, it's just they didn't want to put them. There's plenty of, there's plenty of people who are going to block stuff like that.
Well, I understand why you would. As much as I would love to see Pepe show up in this movie, I would understand why they would want to skirt tail that one, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want any dog whistles.
Yeah, no rape whistles for Alex. But,
What's with you rape whistles?
What I don't understand is if you have Sonic in this movie, and within the last year, we had the greatest meme awakening of our lifetime. You've gone to Knuckles. How do you not have Knuckles in this movie?
Doesn't need to say anything.
No.
Just needs to be there.
I mean, Jesus Christ. It would be great to have him say something. It would.
Yeah.
But you just have him there. It's just a complete dude. Fucking beef him up. Size him up like he was for me.
Or even do the thing they did with Ralph. But with Knuckles. Get that virus to scan Knuckles.
Oh!
Find some insecurities in the programming.
Spit on the fake Vanellope.
And starts spitting out a bunch of those guys.
Oh my god.
All over. Maybe that's how memes happen.
Yeah, virus is such a, like, 90s paranoia. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A meme infection would really be the 2010 apocalypse. Ugandan knuckles taking over every corner of the internet.
It would be a dream.
Yeah. But it's that level of unawareness that Disney had for this.
It's also thinking about, all the people who are a part of it.
What do you mean?
All Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, a plethora of platforms that probably wouldn't want to be or have their name or logo
you don't need
in a movie with certain things.
Yeah, you don't. Here's the thing: you don't need to have PewDiePie, but it would have been a good idea to like have a PewDiePie-like character in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to know that you at least know what these things are, because what's even worse than watching a movie made by someone who is making a movie about how he has no idea what it is.
Like even sneak it in there. Like even with the YouTube Rewind video, they're not having PewDiePie back.
No.
But one of the animators animated herself spinning in a chair, and she made it the PewDiePie chair.
Yeah.
And when she spins around, you see the back of it. You see the Brofist on the back.
There you go, stuff like that.
Simple stuff like that.
But here's the thing: I don't even need to guess that this was made by an old dude who doesn't know shit about memes.
They showed up at the beginning of the movie.
Yes, they showed two old dudes who made the movie,
and they even just the little part at the top where it has like the exit button, and then it has the minimize button, and then it has the maximize button. That angered me.
Yeah, and the whole thing of we don't even know how to exit a Skype call, let alone make a movie about the internet.
And then they're doing this stupid shit where they would like pause because it's reconnecting.
Yeah. Oh, it was painful. But this movie was disappointing. But that's actually been happening a lot with me with like recent animated movies. I think the only animated movie that really stood out to me has been Coco. But other than that, like, I liked Incredibles 2, but it was a letdown from Incredibles 1.
There's not a lot of sequel movies that are very good. Very few. Recently
with Disney, you mentioned it with Cookie Cutter, more or less the same of what you keep seeing. It's right, because Disney animated movies recently, I'll point out Big Hero 6, Incredibles, Finding Dory, Tangled. And Tangled was pretty good. I won't include that one. But for the most part, these movies, like, they're not bad. They're just, none of them take many risks. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Coco was fucking great, though. But Finding Dory, the biggest complaint with that movie I have is it's pretty much just Finding Nemo, but with Dory.
Exactly.
Incredibles 2, it is the story of the family learning to work together, which was the exact same story as the first one, with a less great villain.
Except for they didn't work together that well in Incredibles 2.
That's my point. Throughout the first one, they didn't work well together either, until the end.
It was just Bob dealing with the baby, and then the other two fucking off with their school life.
Yeah, and
then the mom doing her thing.
Yeah, and again, like in Wreck-It Ralph 2, I enjoyed a lot of that. Some pretty funny shit, but the entire story of Incredibles 1 was them learning to work together as a unit, so by the end of the movie, they're fucking kick-ass.
Exactly.
But by the time you get to the beginning of Incredibles 2, they're right back to squabbling, not knowing how to work together as a unit. You ever seen Kick-Ass?
Yes.
Kick-Ass 2?
Ugh.
Remember how he became a hero at the end of the first one, and then at the beginning of the second one was like, I'm a bitch!
Yeah.
Yeah. Not as bad. It's not that bad of a downgrade, but it's along those lines. And
he started wanting to fuck that little girl a lot more.
No. Yeah, she wasn't so little in the second one.
Oh, no.
I am glad that franchise disappeared.
Oh, the villain, though. Oh,
the motherfucker?
Yes. Oh, my.
I like that actor. He's really funny in a lot of movies, but that second movie was just shit. Jim Carrey, too. I like him in a lot of movies, but, I was glad when they cut his head off.
Even Cage in the first movie was great.
That's some of Cage's best work. You know he's in the Spider-Verse movie, right?
No.
Spider-Man Noir.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
I guess I'm gonna have to see that.
For me, Wreck-It Ralph came out at a time where, remember in the early 2000s, not the early 2000s because we had movies like Lilo and Stitch, Emperor's New Groove, good shit, but remember the middle of it when we had Home on the Range, Chicken Little?
Fuck you, I liked Home on the Range. Fuck you.
Alright, what's your case for Home on the Range?
This ain't a Home on the Range video, this is a Wreck-It Ralph video.
No, I want to hear your
We
defense.
can discuss this another time.
In defense of, alright, we will watch Home on the Range and then do it, because I
Sure.
don't remember shit from Home on the Range.
Sure, I will do that.
I think one of the cows are black. That's all I remember.
It could be.
What do you mean it could be?
I don't know the voice actors.
What?
Check out my fucking Hitler shit. It's
Did he sound...
They all sound Old Westish.
What do you mean Old Westish?
Even the black and white people sounded pretty much the same in that time.
Oh, no, they did not.
This is not. We're not talking about slave country though. That's a whole different story.
Okay, where was Home on the Range taking place?
It's supposed to be like west. It's supposed to be like California, Nevada, Arizona area.
No slavery?
Maybe it. I don't think it got there because they weren't states yet.
Maybe.
Like many slaves would go to them because they're just territories, or they weren't even part of the U.S. yet.
I don't know. That seems like a plot hole. That seems like if
So
slaves.
you could argue that even though they were free, they were still
If slaves could have gone to Nevada and they didn't go to Nevada after
I
400
don't know.
years, it's starting to sound like a choice.
Yeah, kind of dumb fuck would go to Nevada at that time though.
George, for a year.
Yeah. Let's not bring that up.
But back to the podcast. Back to the Wreck-It Ralph at hand.
Why don't we talk about the only good part about the movie?
The mid-credit scene?
Yes.
Let's discuss how they put Moana as a child in a car playing a tablet.
The lips were even larger than Moana.
She called her Mo. So even if you wanted to say that's not Moana, that is definitely Moana.
Yeah, either way.
Bringing up the Disney princesses, though, that brings me to something I wanted to bring up, which is, I enjoyed hearing some of the Disney princesses' voices.
Some of them not as much.
Some of them not as much, because, god damn it, did Belle sound like an 80-year-old woman. So did Pocahontas.
Her hobby is books. And just books. So
yeah, but here's the
you
thing.
could argue.
They didn't get an older-sounding woman for all the princesses. Ones like Cinderella or Snow White.
Like, even Cinderella sounded like a 20-year-old.
Yeah. Snow White sounded like she was fucking 15.
And then Jasmine, for some reason, sounds like a Muslim.
Yeah, that
Even
sounds
though
accurate.
She sounded nothing like that in the movie.
I mean, it sounds accurate, though.
For where it's supposed to be set, yes.
Yes,
It's
the real nation of Agrabah.
Yeah. If you're going for it's the past and not the future.
That's another podcast.
Yes, that's a theory for another time.
We'll have our Home on the Range podcast where we discuss the legitimacy of slavery. And we'll discuss the legitimacy of Muslims in the real nation of Agrabah. This will be a fun podcast.
Yes, indeed.
But no, it was just very jarring to hear you have a very young-sounding Snow White and a very old-sounding Belle.
Very annoying, Snow White.
Snow White's always been annoying. Like, go
Yeah.
back and watch the original. There is a reason why. Do you even know the prince's name in Snow White?
No.
No, you don't give a shit about him. I don't think anyone.
Aren't they all called Charming?
No. Philip was what's his face from Sleeping Beauty.
I know he had a name in fucking Once Upon a Time.
Ooh, that's another podcast for another day. There are not many things I hate as much as Once Upon a Time and Home on the Range. Mostly because I can't remember Home on the Range.
That sounds like you, probably.
But I at least remember Once Upon a Time, and that show was absolutely deplorable. I think the only thing that could keep...
It's similar to, like, The Flash, the TV show.
No, it's more similar to
Wonder
Gotham.
Girl.
It's a show that says, hey, You remember all these characters you love? Let's fuck them up.
Yeah.
Let's make them look nothing or act nothing like the characters you know. Which, thank God Gotham is ending. Let's just moment of silence, followed by a round of applause for fucking Gotham ending. Did you ever watch that show?
No, on purpose. My parents liked the show.
I watched season 1.
Yeah.
And just keep going back and watching clips from the rest of the show just to see the evolution of what's happening. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's like that, too.
Yeah, but at least they're not taking characters you know and fucking up. They're taking characters you don't know and doing shitty things with them. And I'm just like, alright, cool, have fun in your little Coulson sandbox. You know what I mean?
It's just a waste of money. They could make better shows.
They can, they will, and they have. Have you seen Daredevil?
Yeah.
Season 3?
But that's Netflix.
Have you seen...
I haven't seen season 3 yet.
Don't watch The Defenders. Don't watch anything else. Just watch...
I only watched Daredevil.
Watch Daredevil season 3. That is fucking amazing, but it's canceled. Yep.
Probably the Defenders not doing so well.
Nope. Disney has their own streaming service coming out, and they're just like killing everything on their competition. Yeah.
Oops.
But the problem is you can't have the Daredevil on Disney's streaming service because it's not family friendly at all.
Yeah, I wonder why.
That was a great show, though. But getting back to the Disney princesses side of it, I think that's the only thing that Disney showed that they understood was their Disney characters.
I mean, all the other scenes of the internet felt jarring.
Yeah.
But all the Disney jokes made sense.
Yeah.
Like Vanellope, getting it because she was sent there without actually knowing she was going there.
Mm-hmm.
And going, oh, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Fucking princesses and shit. And then fucking Eeyore right there.
Go easy.
Hey.
That's what I thought. That was great. Fucking Groot was great. Stan Lee in the background.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
For all the credit he stole. That's another podcast right there.
We've got plenty of them lined up already.
Yeah. Let's see. Home on the Range, slavery. Aladdin, Muslims. Marvel, Stan Lee, credit stealer. You got anything else you want to get off on this podcast?
Fuck feminism.
No. We don't end on
In
that.
any movie.
Elaborate on your problems with feminism.
Everything.
No. Elaborate, Alex.
Everything. That's as elaborate as it gets.
No.
Very elaborate.
Why do you say fuck feminism?
Because it's not necessary anymore. Because it's fucking cringy as shit.
Why is this relevant to this movie?
Have you ever seen a pile of shit on the ground?
Yes, I
know
have.
that feeling of disgust.
I used to work as a janitor at a church, and someone shit on the ground, and I had to clean it up. So I do know what that's like. So
some holy shit, huh?
Let's hear you compare this thing to something I've had to live through.
Oh yeah,
my own suffrage.
Your own suffrage.
So why are you saying fuck feminism at the end of a Wreck-It Ralph podcast?
Well, because there's still a little bit in there. I saw it in the trailer too.
Yeah. Feminism exists, Alex.
Yeah, and apparently it's the only thing from this time period of 2018 that they can actually fit in the internet.
Well, we know that they can't fit anything relevant to the internet in.
Because feminism is super family friendly.
Yeah, but
drawing.
What are your examples? Because you're just saying fuck feminism, but I'm not hearing like
how about that BuzzFeed video where they draw pictures of Trump and other stuff with their period blood? That's not family friendly.
That is not even in this movie.
It doesn't matter. It's feminism.
No. Okay, you can fuck feminism.
We don't get Ugandan knuckles because it has a non-Ugandan accent, even though it's fairly the accent's based on an actual TV show from Uganda.
Okay. What is your problem with feminism in this movie? I am trying to give you your platform and your time to articulate your thoughts, and you're just naming random videos on the internet that have nothing to do with this movie.
Give me examples.
You gave an example
you asked me to
of
give you an
BuzzFeed
example
videos
of why feminism is cringy.
In this movie.
In this movie?
Yes.
What about the one line about how, do you have a man in your life that, especially when they even brought it up with another character, the fucking green New York Italian dude who's selling you, video game for money kind of shit.
What did he do?
He was like, he was telling Ralph, you better be careful, you don't want a white knight for her.
What is that supposed to mean?
You don't know what white knight means?
No, that's a rape whistle you have right there.
It's not a rape
It's
whistle.
a little dog whistle that only you can hear, and your senses get raped, and you're like, whoa, white knight alert. I'm sorry, but I watched The Dark Knight, and when they say Gotham's White Knight, I'm not like, triggered!
Mm.
I don't want to take...
You prefer dark?
Yeah.
Like your men?
Yeah, like my Jesus.
Oh.
But, okay, you see, you're like a bowling ball, right? You're just being thrown down in the bowling alley, but I have to put bumpers on because you say fuck feminism, I'm just like, alright, hit the pins with your insult. Hit feminism. Hit the movie.
It's not my fault you don't know these things.
I'm not telling me. I might know what you're thinking, but the audience doesn't. I'm trying to have you
Well,
articulate.
the audience should go watch the movie. Or better yet, they should get the AMC A-list.
Hey,
$20 a month.
Not sponsored by AMC, but
Not
god
sponsored.
damn it. Is the $20 worth it?
But hey, we'll take your sponsorship.
We'll take your sponsorship. Put the money on the table right now. 50-50, me and Alex.
Hey, pay our next year of A-list.
Hey, yeah. And every single podcast.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll see every single movie they have in AMC. Even
That we use our A-list for.
yeah, we'll see the dumb Hugh Laurie movie. We'll see your Jennifer Lopez second act.
Don't
Okay,
get me started on.
but one last chance. Oh, we still got time. Hold up. Things about to cut out. I want you to clarify. What is your problem with feminism in this movie? Is it just the one line about a big, strong man?
Dramatic.
Is he all right?
Pause!
It's not very accurate to what I was saying.
No, but that's the only example you gave. It's your problem with Wreck-It Ralph and feminism is either just big, strong man line or period blood being smeared in the face of Trump on BuzzFeed, which isn't even in this movie.
Yeah, it was more of a tangent.
But I'm like
Tangent that was your fault.
blaming the victim.
Oh, yeah.
And on that note,